Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. This is going to be a response slash vent video for those people that do One Punch Man World content. YouTubers are fucking up. They're not doing their job, and we need to talk about how we could fix that. And I'm not going to be dissing anybody in this, more like just making the community um, I would say because we talk about this in my community, when you know what I mean, and I think a lot of people in the One Punch Man World community have been talking about this, especially the One Punch Man fans that need a fucking W. We need a W. We're probably not going to get season 3 this year. We need a fucking W. This is our W. This is our game. Now, freaking and whenever people see people diss the game, they want to know why. They want to know solutions. They want to know, especially executives, they want to fucking know how they can fix their game and how developers can fix their game and stuff like that, and how changes can be made. But no, it's just complain after complain after complain, and then nothing comes of it. Hence why we have problems. But, that's about it. Freaking, and this is like where I come from with Pain. I respect the guy. He's got years on me, but I think that he comes from a different sphere, which is not Bandai games, not actual like he plays a lot of indie games like Final Fantasy and stuff like that, but we're talking about Bandai games. Bandai games are a completely different breed. And if you know games like Bounty Rush, Legends, Treasure Cruise, Dokkan Battle, Bleach Brave Souls, My Hero, these games specifically are just they always have a bad start, but it's because they want to make as much money as possible off of the rip. And I'm going to explain how these games operate, and then I'm going to explain how we can help them fix these situations, except for just complain about the situations. And understandably, I know everyone wants to make it in this scene. Like, that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to make it in this scene, and everyone wants their opinions to be heard, but we also need to give solutions. We can't just diss them and just say, hey, that's the end of the day, and hope that they come up with the decisions themselves. We need to push them into these decisions. We're talking about Crunchyroll, we're talking about Bandai, we're talking about big IPs here that are a completely different scene than like Genshin Impact, cuz Genshin Impact and stuff like that, like they're crumbling right now because of that, the whole issue with their community not being heard, but also content creators could be a massive part of the problem. Now, let's just go ahead and talk about how we could fix the problem. So, first things first, we need to come up with solutions to every single problem. Like, for instance, Rokage freaking talked shit about like the freaking money system and the fact that it's hard to whale in the game. Tell them systems that have worked in other games. Dude, you have been on so many freaking games already. You cover thousands of freaking games a year. But now all of a sudden you just don't come up with solutions anymore. It feels lazy. It feels really lazy. And I could say the same thing about Pain. Pain works off of like indie titles and stuff like that, like all these other niche games from different, more indie developers compared to Bandai. Because when it comes down to like, you know, let's be honest here, there's a big gap, and I'm going to tell you how big the gap is. There's never a year that Dokkan Legends, Treasure Cruise miss top grossing of the year, like top grossing app of the year. They never miss. They never miss. Whenever they choose their month, they're like, okay, September, we're going to be top grossing in September. Their fucking players do it. And that's because there's more whales in those games than any other game possible. And, that's just the way it is. So, we could talk about solutions. And let's talk about a few solutions we could talk about. Uh, the one big one is definitely the gacha system. I feel like if you're going to have 7 characters in order to max out a character, 7 pulls of the same character to max out a character, at least give people either better rates as like a 4% chance, like Bounty Rush does, in order to guarantee those rates. Understandably, there's not a lot of characters in this game, and that's probably why the rates are so low. Let's be totally honest here. The rates are probably incredibly low because of the fact that there's not a lot of characters in the game, and they're afraid of everyone maxing out every character in the game. But we need to reassure them that there needs to be these types of systems. There needs to be rates that give us that 4% guaranteed of like chance. And then there needs to be a better pity system. There needs to be a better way for people to whale. Like if someone spends, I think the minimum in Bounty Rush is like if you were to spend like $50, you're guaranteed like 3 to 4 pulls or 6 pulls and stuff like that. Like almost the equivalent of like $10 a pull. And or they do like tickets where they do like, hey, there's this ticket that you could buy, which is a completely different pull system, but you can pretty much guarantee the pull. There's different systems that have worked in different games. Dokkan, for example, Dokkan guarantees an SSR in almost every single pull. Now, is it confirmed all the time? No, because, it really just depends on the banner. And I feel like we are going to get specialty banners that come back around. But the other part is we need we need to start talking about another system. We need to start talking about a way to actually get World Silver every single day. I have not seen a single daily system that gets us World Silver every single day. What is this, man? We want World Silver every single day. Why aren't you guys talking about this stuff? Freaking another thing we need is we need to especially if we're going to have arms and the characters in the same banner and share the same freaking pull, then freaking, rates do need to change. Very, very, like, very, very much so. Especially for, like, SRs in general. SRs are just, like, they have some of the worst rates in the entire game. And it literally has to do with the fact that they're trying to share the exact same rates as SSRs. So they can make SSR rates crazy low. And this is another problem because in Bounty Rush, there's a character that comes out every half year. It's called an EX character. It's a 0.4% chance to get. That is the equivalent of the exact same rates that you're going to get for SSR characters in One Punch Man World. And there's no way that we could get World Silver daily. It's freaking ridiculous. But, we need to talk about these solutions. There's games that have fixed this. There's games that do this. Bounty Rush did not become a fully fledged gacha game for a year. They had to shut down their game for a year and then come back with a brand new game. It was 2018. They had the game open, they shut it down, they came back after 2019. They did it for a year because they realized the gacha system wasn't making them any money because it was a bad gacha system. Then there's like Legends. Legends had like the worst gacha system ever, and it still does to this day, but they changed it a lot. They changed up the system quite a bit. It's more of a PvE game than it is a PvP game. But when it comes down to the game, what did they release for the first year? Goku versus Vegeta, and that shit stuck to the wall for like 6 months in a row. I thought that was insane. Dokkan did the same thing where it had like they had a bunch of random characters. They barely introduced like any of the team systems. Like this was very, very old school stuff. But this happens for every single gacha game right at their first year. Every time they come out with a brand new gacha game when it's a big title, there's always a very, 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 very mid banner at the start. And then they change the system because they realize it's too, bad. But if you steer away all the players and just that's about it. You know what I mean? That's a bad part. That's very bad. You're steering away the players by calling the game bad, especially with people who hold some of the biggest audience on a One Punch Man world. But that's I digress. Another thing we need to talk about is just straight up content. I don't care if you even copy the same amount of content that I do. Like, understandably, everyone should be doing builds. Everyone should have their own opinion. Everyone should have their own ways of fighting different monsters. Everyone should have their own guide videos for that. Make it freaking happen. Stop being lazy. And no lie, it just mostly has to do with, like, Rokage, One Punch Man, Go. Rokage is just pulling up beta. I think his latest videos were just pulling up beta gameplay. That is totally irrelevant because a lot of that stuff is getting changed. Like, I think fucking Atomic Samurai's got 2 moves in that old-ass beta gameplay. It's clear that every character has 3 moves and a completely different system than most of them did whenever it came down to the beta. But, what we should be talking about is solutions. That's pretty much it, though. I just wanted to, like, really, really just vent out to you guys and really help you guys understand that this game needs help. and the bigger content creators should be the ones helping out this game uh, as just as much as I am, dude. Because I work my ass off every single day to make sure that people have the right information they could possibly have, and then after that, I dish it out. You know what I mean? I continue my process. I start again. I try to drop 3 videos a day. Well, I've been dropping 3 guide videos a day for each character, and then after that, I drop like freaking whatever tips and tricks that I come out with. And there's even collector YouTubers that are really like pushing the envelope. People who make battle content and stuff like that. There's so much content that y'all could do. It's just that it's very, very lazy content at the moment. It's just really, really bad. The clickbaiting, the lazy content, it's really, really a bad look because you're making it look like there's nothing going on. There's people who do content on just the side quests because they're so full of love and life. So much passion was put into this game. The side quests are fucking amazing. I just don't have time to make those kind of videos. I'm too busy trying to help people get through the game. I run SRs only, not because I want to, but because I got really, really bad rolls at the start of the game. And you know what? It's stuck because now I'm the best person in the game who uses nothing but SRs. I got 1% on Pluton. I got 1% on Sky King. I got 1% on freaking almost every other like, you know, most of the bosses. I wouldn't say I got 1% on Ancient King because I haven't tried that yet. Actually, I haven't tried to get 1% on Ancient King because I was using Saitama for fun. But besides that, you know, we need to like start helping out the game just as much as they try to help us out. Freaking, even though like the game is losing popularity, the game's losing popularity because people are calling it trash. Let the novice YouTubers that only talk shit about games do that already. Not the people that should be making guides and really helping people out. That's about it though. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I got plenty of guides coming up, plenty of content coming up that's, you know, fresh. So, I'll see you guys later. Take it easy and peace out.